Welcome back, you guys. All right, we're gonna get right back into it again. So as you can see, I got this thing pretty much stripped down. I still got to take off this gantry, or both of those, and the rest of the linear rails. I'm gonna go around it and probably just finish up a couple little welds. This needs a little bit more on it. Some of the other, like these little, the braces, the triangle things, the corner braces, a little bit in the computer stand, and I think that's about it. I'm going to clean up a few areas just so it's not sharp, just kind of smooth over things. And then check this out. Those of you that have been watching, check out my booth. So I went yesterday and I had a big old box fire. I had a bunch of boxes in here just from stuff we've been ordering, like for Ernie's car and other vehicles, other things, whatever. They accumulate. I was going to show you something. So anyways, I had a little box fire yesterday out back. Got rid of all that stuff. Had some things in here. I put like Ernie's old wheels, put them in the shed, just cleaned up. So I went ahead and vacuumed the floor. Now I'm going to blow everything off real good, cut the fan on and blow it all out. And then we'll probably set up the gantry piece, all those pieces, and then the computer stand. I ain't decided which color I'm going to go yet. I'm still thinking about it, but all I'm going to do is go down to Rural King and pick up some of that farm paint and single stage. It's cheap. It's like 40, 50 bucks a gallon, I think it is. I got some primer. I think what I'm going to do is go around and primer it all first and just let it set up real quick to where it's, just maybe a little tacky or whatever, and then put the paint right over it. I'm not even going to sand it. But the primer I'm just going to use basically for some of the grind marks, kind of like we did when we did do the powder coating. Just primer it and then go right over it with the color. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to clean up a little bit on this stuff. I'll show you some of the painting when I do that. I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of that stuff. That's a whole nother category. But then once it's all dry and done, we'll start to, I'll put it together with you guys on the video. I'm going to try to keep this video about that, about putting it all back together and kind of showing you how I'm running my wires, blah, 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 all that stuff, for those of you that are interested in that kind of stuff. And as I said before, if somebody decides they want to do this and they want some kind of wiring schematic or how I set these settings up over, in the software, the part with the post-processor file that the guy gave me, I'm going to go ahead and put that in this video. I forgot to do it in the last one. Sorry about that, guys. But I'll put it in this one, and I figured in the other ones, if you guys want to ask in the comments, I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you or whatever for those that want it. But it's a post-process script file for the Fusion 360 to work with Mach 3 with the floating head. And the floating head, guys, it's simple to set up and it's the way to go. Let me tell you, I probably wouldn't do it the other way. Something I was looking at last night, I was looking at some machines you can purchase, and I wish I would have seen this before because I would have done it this way. But instead of setting it up with those limit switches that I'd set it up with, they set theirs up with proximity sensors, and I think that would have been so much cooler and probably a little more, I don't know about the accuracy. I think it's all still going to probably be the same, but I just think it would have looked cooler. Maybe it would have been a little more accurate. I don't know. But I may still end up doing it in the floating head. Because I think I got one. Let me go check real quick. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. I can't find it, you guys. It's always when you're wanting something, you can't find it. I'll find it 16 times whenever I don't want it. But anyway, I'll post a picture of what I'm talking about. You use them on 3D printers, on any kind of stuff. They're pretty cool. And you can use them and wire up a relay to them and have them do certain things, like with the relay when it kicks on. All it is a little sensor, and when you come close to it, with steel or whatever, what the sensitivity is, it kicks it on, and it kicks the circuit on. And then you can do a relay, or just like in this thing here, in this build here, it would be the limit, the same way as the ones doing it. So, but I just thought it would have been cooler. I don't know. It's something I could probably change right now, and it wouldn't be a hard deal. But I've already made brackets. I've already drilled holes in these over here to come in from the backside to bolt those in. You know, just, I don't know. It's not worth the trouble to go through to take all that off, clean it off, weld the whole, you know, just too much stuff now. But on the floating head, it wouldn't be tough. I would just have to reprint the front part of my, that holds the torch, and just add in a place there where I could set it down in a slot, like push it down into a slot, have it to where the wire would come out, and then I could feed it all through the system. So it wouldn't be that difficult. I don't know. We'll see if that's even worth the effort to go through. You know, it's all working, so why mess with it now? I just seen it and I thought it was cool. But all right, I'm gonna get clean on some stuff here, and I'll bring you guys back shortly. All right, you guys, as always, I changed my mind on a couple things. As you can see, the paint booth has stuff back in it. I decided I'm gonna powder coat the arm, the computer base, and the Y gantry, and the motor mounting plates and stuff. We're gonna do it in the, we're gonna prime them first, and then the same red we did the Fireball vise with. I think it'll look cool. It'll be done quicker as far as today. Today is Sunday, by the way. And then all I have to do is just, everything's ready other than the table. I have to do a couple little cleanups on it and then wipe it all down real good. And then I'll get this stuff moved again and get it in here, and we'll spray it black. I bought some from Rural King. It's like tractor farm paint. It's enamel based. It says oil based, but then it says enamel, so I'm not quite sure. But it comes with the reducer thing and a hardener, so it says it's really durable and strong. But we'll go ahead and prime it first too, and then shoot the black on it. So I think that'll look cool. Black table with the red components, because our switch box is red. The hose things I made for the arm to hold the torch hose, that's red and black. So I think it'll look nice. Then we'll make some stickers for it somewhere. The only thing I ain't decided on is, here, let me bring you over here. Only thing I ain't decided is if I'm gonna paint any of this tape. I'm definitely not painting inside. And if I paint anything, it's just gonna be the outside here and a little bit on the bottom, and I'll tape up where our ground is, just so it has some kind of paint on it. But I don't think it's gonna matter, guys. That one there, I painted the inside of it. Well, I can't on this because we did the ground, we welded the ground thing to the bottom of it. So I really can't paint the inside of it because we'll lose our ground throughout it. So, and on that one, I painted the inside, and a couple of times I've had to touch up where when the water was low, you know, the plasma flame got to it and bubbled it up, and it just came out like mucky stuff with the water when I cleaned it. It was a mess. It was all on my skin for like a week. So I'm definitely not painting the inside of it. So we'll think about that. Maybe nothing on the pan itself. We might just leave it alone, or just maybe the sides, just so there's black there and nothing underneath it or inside of it. That's maybe what we'll do. So I got the first round of stuff is in here, which is the Y gantry, the Z-axis gantry, motor plate and all that stuff, and some of the motor plates. Now on the, I ain't decided yet on the big plate that goes on the X-axis to mount all the floating head to. I haven't decided if I'm gonna paint that black, or I'll probably just paint it maybe, because I don't know, we'll see, because it's the gun we're using has got the small cup on it, the small cup system, so it's really quick to change out, and I may just do them in black. And I was gonna do the little motor mount plates in black too, but I just said, what the heck, you know, it ain't no big deal. It's gonna be hard to deal with that. I wanna get them done is the problem, so it's gonna be hard to deal with that, changing colors and doing that, unless I was to take them back off of where I got them hanging and then go through all that crap, because I'm gonna prime everything. But I put plugs in all the holes, these little rubber or silicone like rubber plug kit that I got. I plugged all the threaded holes, not every hole. The gear rack, I cleaned up all the grease. I hope I got it all off there. I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to see how it worked with a little bit and I didn't put a lot, just a little bit. Seemed like I cleaned up. I got the tape on there. Cross our fingers it don't peel off, but what I done was, you'll see it when I show you, but I wrapped around it twice real tight, and I just closed the lip across the front where the teeth are, and it seems like it's on there pretty good. We'll see. When the heat hits it, it changes everything. So it may be nice now, but it'll start to curl up and do weird stuff when we're heating it up. So, and it's going to be in and out of that oven. Right now it's warming up. We're going to prime it, stick it back in there for like 10 minutes just for that stuff to start flowing, pull it back out, put the red on it, and put it back in for a final cure. After the last time, I don't care, because we're not putting no more powder on it. It could do what it wants. So we'll just see how it goes. Hopefully it's good. If not, we're gonna have to go through with a file and clean out some of the teeth. I don't think it's gonna get on them, but if it does, we'll just deal with it. So I'll bring you back periodically on this, guys. We've watched the powder coating 100 times. I don't wanna waste that on this. The biggest thing on this video here, when this is all painted and powder coated now, putting it all back together. I wanna show you guys how the stuff goes together in some areas, you know, how I ran the wiring, blah, blah, blah. Just, I want to show you how it goes back together, just to kind of show you the process, you know what I mean? So we'll see what else we get into on it, but that's for sure that. So yeah, I'll bring you back here, maybe one of the colors, I don't know, we'll see. All right, guys, this stuff turned out pretty good. Here's the first round. I'm glad I went this route because there were some grind marks in it that I probably would have had to prime, sand, paint, go through a bunch of stuff. You can still see some of it, but it's okay. I may make like a 3D printed raised thing for some of these areas, like in black, and maybe inside here I was thinking about doing something in black, so just to dress it up a little bit. But the gear rack, the tape lasted, made me a liar. That worked out good. Nothing happened there. I got the second round stuff in there. If you guys, the ones that have watched this channel, remember on when we did the bead roller, I had to put metal down by the lower the elements because it was too close to the thing. Well, see if you guys can see down there. That computer stand thing is right by it, so I don't want to get my camera too close in there. So this stuff's warming up now. I'm going to try to find some metal. I don't know what I did with the stuff I used before. I probably used it. I can't do this one-handed. So I'm gonna get this stuff done, guys, and then I'll bring you back tomorrow, because it's late Sunday now. I'm trying to hurry up and get these pieces done so they're done and out of the way, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go around and clean this thing up, wipe it down, and get it in the booth and get it setting up on some stands or something so we can get it painted tomorrow. Hopefully, that's my plan. That's a lot of work. Everything I just said is a lot of work. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get it painted tomorrow. That way, this week we can get it put back together and then it'll be finished. This will be done. I'll bring you guys back tomorrow. All right, you guys, sorry about the heater noise. So got it painted. I bought this paint from Rule King. It was tractor paint. Well, it said enamel. You had to buy this little pint of reducer and a little thing of hardener with it. So I got a couple sags in the back because it was a little cold in the booth yesterday when I did it until I put my heater in here. Then everything was okay. But on the back of it, I'm going to show you here in a second, it sagged a little bit, and it's touched to dry today, but where the runs were, I tried to, like, I should have just waited till tomorrow, but I want to start putting it together. Let me show you where so it didn't turn out bad. I'm going to show you something else that happened too. So there's a sag right there, and I want to put my panel in, so I wanted to clean that off and paint it. Well, and there's another one right here. Right through here and right there a little bit. Well, this thing down here where the plasma cutter sits, look at that. So it had like some faded spots in it, and I thought, well, I'll just take a can of enamel and spray over it and make it glossy. Well, wrong. It reacted. So evidently you can't put enamel on enamel, which is bull crap. So I don't know what that paint is, you guys. So what I'm gonna do is let that dry, and I'm gonna kind of scuff it a little bit and put some I got this wrap. I think I got some carbon fiber wrap and I got some black vinyl wrap, and that's probably what I'll do with this back here. I'm gonna clean it off a little bit and put a piece of black vinyl wrap around it, as well as maybe both of these here in the back. You're not gonna see them much because that's gonna be the back of the table, but it's gonna bother me if I don't fix it. Just as well as that. Jeez, look at that, man. I mean, it just wrinkled it all up. That only happens when you put lacquer over enamel, guys. So whatever they got it stated as that paint is, it's not. I'll show it to you. Yeah. And I mean, it was $100 for all of it. For the paint and the hardener, so it's not cheap. The gallon was like, I mean, it is cheap compared to what paint is, but it says oil-based enamel, whatever that crap means. And then it comes with that reducer and this hardener. So you got a hardener in it, which states that it's an enamel base, kind of like a, you know, a urethane or enamel type paint, you know. As long as you're not putting like lacquer thinner back over it, you should be okay. Well, I used a rattle can of enamel to try to go back over that base just a little bit ago, and look at it. I mean, so that's telling me it's not all the way what it says it is. So, like I said, I'm gonna get this thing back out into the shop, and you guys can see what I did here. I just taped off the edge, and everything else turned out pretty good. And then up here, I got down on my stool, and I just painted all the underneath. I taped off our drains and the ground back there, and then so that way now we got paint on the bottom too. Actually, it turned out real good underneath here. Anyhow, I think once it's on the ground and not at eye level, and these are taped off, our gear racks, I'll have to untape those. We'll get it all untaped and stuff. But yeah, what kind of crazy paint is that? I have no idea. But we'll get it fixed nevertheless. Just gonna have to suck, we're gonna have to wait for it to dry and deal with it. So I wanted to show you guys that. It's kind of got me upset already. How I have no idea. Yeah, I had my heater on in here all night last night. This stuff is still soft, so I can't sand that out. I was just gonna try to shave it with a blade and put my vinyl over it, but that way it sticks real good as it's curing, but I don't know. All right, let me get this thing out and we'll start to deal with all of it. All right, you guys, we got it back in the shop. I got the tape off. I went ahead and put that carbon fiber stuff down there. It's not bad. There's some little weld speckles that I didn't get clean enough, and it's like showing through it, but it looks a heck of a lot better than what the other crap did. I put a piece of black vinyl on the back mount there where it was messed up. I haven't done nothing with this one yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might let it dry. I don't know. We'll see. But I got the panel back in. It's bolted up. I'm getting ready to bring the stuff from the other shop in here, and we'll start putting it together. We'll bring in the arm, the computer stand, and then we'll bring in the linear rails and mount our gantry. Once we get it all bolted back up, we'll start running wires. So let me go grab some stuff and I'll be right back. Looking pretty good though. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go grab the computer arm. It's really cold in the other shop. I want to show you that bottom piece. Give me 1 second. Man, it's cold in there. These things turned out pretty good, guys. Okay, let me show you this couple things. All right, first thing, I wanted to bring this in here and I'll pull it back out and show you, but it's just a little, told you I'd show you guys. I machined that thing and I machined a little notch in it for a C-clip on the bottom, and then I made the top part of it. This is all machined into it, even this washer part. That's all one piece. And then I just, on the above that was a little, I made it just fit inside that square so it would line itself up nice, and then I welded it so it all fit nice and tight. And then on the bottom, oh, by the way, you guys see all these bags. When I took it all apart, I lettered them and I wrote what they was on there, nuts and bolts, where all the bolts went, just so I wouldn't have no, well, where did these bolts go? But then I put this C-clip, and then it just goes right on the bottom there. I'll probably have to get something to push it on. Yep, oh nope, it went on. Okay, we're good. And that's it. I'm gonna get some wrenches, tighten up this computer stand, and then I'm gonna go get the linear rails and bolt those back down. And then when I'm getting the gantry back in here, I'll bring you guys back. Just so we're not wasting a bunch of time on that. It's going right back in where I got the holes drilled. So that's all it's gonna be, is putting it back down and tightening it up on there. So give me a few. All right, you guys, I got the linear rails down. I'm gonna go grab the gantry. Like I said, it's freezing over here. Give me a second. It's been real cold out. Woo! Man, is it cold. Okay, I think I gotta get that side on first to clear that. Okay, let me at least start one of these front ones. I wanna show you guys something real quick. What I'm gonna do to these sides, pretty cool. Just make sure this thing don't fall out. All right, hang on. Woo! Check these out, you guys. So I 3D printed these, but if you can see, there's a textured side on one side and then the final print on the other side. I want the texture side to be out. I think it looks nicer, and that's not how it's gonna work, because I printed them the way they I need to flip them around. So, but I want to show you what they're going to look like. They'll go on like this, just like that. Just give it a little accent. Pretty cool. And these are made for 4 or 5 millimeter bolts. I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet, but we'll get it sitting right where it needs to be at. Center punch our holes and get that on there. But like I said, I'm going to reprint them, and I'm thinking about doing some. You guys can see right here on the front of this, just a small one, because it has a little where the weld was. So I want to make something, just a piece for there on both sides, and I think that's it. Not too much. I may even do this back side here because there's some little weld stuff there, and then we'll just attach it to all those areas. But I think it'll look cool. I think it'll look cool broke up like that with the black and red in it, because our Z axis has black and red in it. So I think that'll look pretty cool like that. I mean, these will work, you guys, but I just like that texture. The textured look is so much nicer. That's because my build plate is texture. So when you get done printing it, it looks like a texture. I wanted to show you that. I'm going to go ahead and get all these bolts started, and then I'm going to slide this thing back, and then I'll show you how I set where I get it all set perfect to where it's square, so where it's rolling even, and then I tighten them down. So give me a second. Okay, we got them all started. They're not even, there's gaps in them, so I can play with this. So what I do is, this is all, I'm telling you guys, whoever builds one of these, they definitely need to make these plates with the slots. It's so much easier to adjust this and get it square before you even fool with any of the software stuff. I mean, I'll show you, because like, so right now they're all loose. It's all loose, and it's already like touching off so even back here. So what I'll do now is I'll tighten like one of the front ones, one of the back ones, doesn't matter which ones, just so you know your plate's flat and you're tight on these bearings. Keep looking at your back, make sure you ain't moved nothing. So after I tighten these down, I'll give it another little test just to make sure. Boom, perfectly even, guys. Boom, nothing. You know, you're not sitting in there cockeyed. And I mean, when I'm telling you it's hitting even, here, let me get the camera back here. And why I'm going off these plates, in case you're asking yourself, well, how do you know those are correct? Well, because when I measured and did this, I made sure I squared off of the corners of this table, like this corner here. And so I made sure that I'm square here, okay? So I kind of went off of all that. So when I made these plates and my measurements go off of the back of my gantry here, I'm even. So try to watch both of these sides. I'm gonna go slow. I'm just gonna pull it with one finger, and they'll both hit at the same time. Touching over here, and you're already touching there. When I say touch, see where this one's at. Touch. And you heard them both cling at the same time. No, you know what I mean? So now the good thing about that is when we go to set our, you know, the rest of the stuff with our motors and stuff like that, it's going to already square up way better and perfect and run freer. You know what I mean? It's not going to be in a bind already, because when I watched a couple of the videos of the guy that made these plans, his was kind of off to begin with, and so when he homed it, and he homed that one, and that one came around to square it all off, it shouldn't, in my opinion, it shouldn't be like that. It should be, when this one homes, it should still move even and then home that one. That's what this machine does. And I'll let you guys see that when we're doing it. It doesn't go home and then twist to make it square to where you've done it with the limits, with the limit switches. This is already done before any of that stuff, so it's going to move even. You get what I'm saying? I'll show you this so it's less confusing if somebody's getting confused about it, but it's just boom. That's it. So slotted plates, guys. You guys do one of these, slot your plates. I promise you'll love it in the end. You'll be glad you did that. All right, I'm going to tighten those down. I got our switch box down in there. I didn't say that yet. Where our switches and stuff are, the power switches and all that. I'm going to tighten these up. I'm going to go ahead and get the Z gantry in here. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to put the linear rails on this first. And then we'll go ahead and get our Z mechanism up here and get it in place. And then we'll keep them on going. I'll bring you guys back here shortly. All right, you guys. Let's go around and check this thing out. So I got the Y gantry back on it, the Z axis mount up. That's about it. We got all the rails. Obviously we got the rails on. I'm having a little problem up here, and when I had it together the first time, right where I pieced them together, it's got a little bit of a grab on each side, and I've been filing away, and it feels smooth, so I don't know. I'm gonna wait until I get it all together and grease it and just see how it acts after that. But it's very little. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, I'm gonna start mounting the limit switches, the motors. Actually, I need to go ahead. I think I'm gonna powder coat this black, and what did I do with it? And I'm not sure about that thing yet either, but oh, it's in the box. I put it in the box with the Z-axis motor. That plate we got for the torch, that keeps that little plate we made. I'm gonna just go ahead and use it for now, and I'm probably gonna remake our piece right here. Oh no, the plate's in here. Okay, so I'm probably gonna remake the plastic piece. By the way, I don't know if I showed you guys that. I think I did. When I took it all apart, I printed up some little things. I think I did, just so I knew where it all went back together at and stuff. Just quicker, you know what I mean? You don't have to go searching for stuff. These things I got at Walmart, these little bags, it was only a couple dollars for a whole bunch of them, different sizes, in case you guys are wondering where I got them. In the arts and crafts department, where they have like finger paint and glues, whatever, stuff like that. That's what these little baggies are, what area they're in case you guys are wondering. I'm sure you can get them off Amazon or whatever, but local, quick, couple dollars. And this is just printed with my little, I got a little label printer, and you just print up whatever you want. But all right, so I think I'm gonna do that real quick. I think I'm gonna take these out, that one and the one over here, and put them in my small oven so it's quick. We'll do them black real fast, and then so they're done. It'll only take a half hour. That's the good thing about getting one of them small ovens and powder coating. You can quickly do stuff like this. It's great for that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm gonna start warming it up right now and then get that stuff ready. So give me a few and I'll bring you back when I get that the gun set up. All right, this fan's on, so it's kind of loud. It literally took longer to put the plugs in it and clean it. So we're all set. All right, you guys, these pieces are done. I've been whittling away at putting this together here. So I just got, basically, everything is still loose, including the linear rails, that one, this one, everything is still loose until I get all my stuff on. Just so you know, I don't tighten anything up. You can access all the bolts by just moving it around different areas. That way it all fits nice and good, even. Trying to find my, but yeah, these brackets was done pretty quick, and they look good too. You know, the black sets it off a little bit more. Well, am I putting this on right? I don't know. I made this thing to space out that plate, and I thought I could put it on any way. Let's try this. Oh, my linear block was down, so I just set these outer ones in here just until I tighten these two here, just to hold the plates in place. That's all that's for. Now these two I will tighten down, because they go behind the our thing we printed for the floating head. And I'll show you here on the back side of that floating head, there's an indentation where these little pan heads just kind of go in there. See, now our plate won't move. I should have probably checked all the holes, because I might have that. I thought them plates were, I can put it in any way. Let me try to do this. You don't remember after you, even though you just did it. There we go. Let me just make sure they're all We'll do it like that. Maybe that's how I did it. I don't remember. Yep, just like that. We'll do the same on this side because I had that same one on the bottom there that was giving me a little bit of a problem. Yeah, I had to machine those plates to, I don't know, I just take that one, to give me the correct, you know, distance and keep it straight with the rest of this stuff. What I done was I put it in like this and just snugged it all, and then I took my mic and got me a measurement on the back side, and that's the size I made. Okay, now these are done. We can tighten these here in a second. Let's put our, here's that, let me show you this thing here. I need to come over there. Oh, and let me show you the back side of that. I think I've already showed you, but the thing we printed here, it has, I'm gonna clean them a little bit. It's got indentations for those pan heads so it fits flush. Now here's that thing that was hitting. I just use that as a stopper now, so our floating head don't go past it, just like that. That's it. And it works great, but that little bit of a, as you can see that tiny bit there, and I had to make that. Now I got the groove cut out on the newest one. If you see the grooves cut out before we grinded it, but this is the newest one. It's even got a new Midwest, the Midwest Customs on it. It's got the flame font. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hard to get the lighting here. It's pretty cool in person. All right, I'm gonna put these pieces on. We've seen it before. Ain't no sense in watching me wipe stuff off with a rag and bolt it on here. When I'm done, I'll bring the camera over so you can see it good, and kind of that way if you guys want to pause it and look at it and see how it all goes on there. But it's really going to be, because I changed a couple things on mine versus the other ones that you see out there. So once you get this far into the build, you may want to change something yourself. So, and there is different floating heads and setups like this out there you could look at on Google if you wanted to change something or make something different or whatever, you know what I mean? I'll probably continue to play with this for who knows until I'm happy. I'm almost there. I think I'm happy, but I think a little more playing around with it, I think I can get fulfill my needs. So let me get this all bolted up here, just so all the limit switches are in. We put all those in, mounted this stuff, which I don't know why I did this, because I got to take this out to put it around the hose. I wasn't thinking, but no big deal. Two bolts. I'm gonna probably, like we said before, I'm gonna redo this thing so it fits this bracket nice instead of that round thing I put on there. I don't know why I did it like that. And then I may have to widen this outer part here out, because on our torch spring it's a little wider at the bottom and skinnier at the top. So I may have to do the same up here. I'm gonna have to take some measurements and open that up a little bit probably. We'll see. I don't know. I may even have to make a new bracket. But that's definitely got to get fixed here soon. So really, I don't even know why I powder coated this yet until I figured it out, but it ain't no big deal. It took me 10 minutes to powder coat that, and a couple minutes we'll cut a new one out on this one when it's all together if we have to. So let me bolt that up and I'll bring you back. I want to show you some cool things I just did. Okay, we got this done. It's every time I change something on this thing, it just improves it so much. But if you remember, I said I was gonna take the shim out and print it with that much distance on it. That's done. We changed the font on this Midwest thing, which is no big deal, but I went ahead and fixed the spring deal where we raised that up to make it a nice tighter clearance and give us more lead screw. But that thing is just, it's got some good pressure. I mean, it's like dunk, dunk, dunk. Listen, I mean, it works so good. Also, check these out. So yesterday I was telling you guys I'm gonna print some stuff. So I did. So these go right here. These will go, I think I got the wrong one. And I did it all with the textured print out. I just think it looks so much cooler with that. I got plates that make it print like hologram stuff. Man, it looks pretty cool when you do it, especially with the right colors. But this one will go one on each side like that, right there. And then I got these for the back gantry. This for the X-axis, same thing. My dog's hair is on it. Same thing. We're gonna put these right here, if you guys can see that. Those will go on each side. I just think that's gonna make it look so cool, where it's got like a little raised panel and, you know, black and red, and it's got a nice texture to it. And then of course these, I redid them. If you remember, they was longer, but that's what I forgot. That's where the motor mounts, so I couldn't be down there with all that adjustment that's needed. So I changed it. I opened up where we feed the wire through, and on this side, I opened up where this is where an eyelet goes to hold the wiring that goes up through there. But let me show you. These are going to look so cool. And those are all in there nice, right there. And there's that eyelet. It's threaded where we put in our eyelet to hold our wires that go through. But that's going to look so cool, guys. And then, last but not least, they just came fresh off the press. I did some red for the black areas, and those will go. Let's see if I got the right one. I got them for each corner here. I didn't get the wrong one. That's this one. So I just made it for this part here, right there. That's going to be so cool, guys. I mean, I can't wait. And then that, and then with whatever lettering, you know, whatever we're going to call it. I may even do some little, print out some little like tribal pinstripes for the corners of around these corners here, and maybe down across the bottom, kind of like when they do the pinstriping on the hot rods. I got a disc that has tons of that stuff on there. We'll find something cool for the corners. We'll cut them out and maybe red them with a white background so it pops off a little bit. Because I'm probably going to do the font or the lettering red with white shadow, so it looks pretty cool. So we'll do it all. But oh, and one more thing. This just came too. So I got man, I hope these are long enough. I got pan head 4 and 5 millimeter. Yeah, they should be. And I wanted these bolts to be just with a little thread coming out of the back, because I don't want it going through some of these areas. I can't have thread pushing towards the back. So I hope I measured that right. I think they're 8 millimeters long. Yeah, 8 millimeters long. And I got 4 millimeter and 5 millimeter pan heads. Oh yeah, I think we'll have plenty. These are the 4s. If you see, that'll give us just enough. That'll be plenty. I mean, it's just holding plastic. But I mean, the pan head looks so nice on there. See how that looks? That's gonna look sharp. Couple dollars. I mean, you can get this stuff here. I think there's 100 of them in here. And these here were like $6. And these, the 5 millimeters was like $8.49 for 100 of them. Okay. And then one more last thing. This just came with all them bolts there. You guys know I'm going to do this. I need to get a Ziploc baggie for this when I'm done, because I got a bigger roll. I'm always running out of this stuff. I love this stuff. I use it on everything. Oh, they gave a little, I'll use that on my, as my wipe-off rag on my coffee machine when I make my macchiatos. So, door edge molding. We're going to take this stuff here. Oh man, I like this. Is like even softer, like more flexible. We're going to go just like we did the other one, just like I do all of them. We're going to go and start one of these corners. May just go ahead and put it on now. Probably start here. No, I'm going to start down there. So what we'll do, I need to put this stuff up. Hang on guys, let me get situated here. I got stuff moving everywhere and everything. All right, I started down in that corner over there, curved it around that corner. And these things are great, guys, for trimming these. I'll show you here. And then you just walk it on there. Just walk it on. You get to your corner, measure the first, or find out where you got to cut the first one. Snip it. See where your second one's got to go. Snip it. And then I just bend these little metals up, snip them, and it snips them right now. These little cutters do. Now we can turn it. Perfect. And if there's a little tab of that metal sticking up a little bit, you just take these and push it right down in that corner. There's no sharp edges. I'll show you a close-up, but same thing. I'm gonna walk it all the way around, and it fits so nice in between these slat holders. Man, this is the best one I've ordered so far yet. I think that whole roll, I'll post it up in the video up in the top corner, but it's not that much. And this stuff is so nice. I mean, you wouldn't be doing that on this metal here, I'll tell you that. You'd be cutting your fingers up and stuff. Like the slats, you don't want to push. I got so many cuts on my hand from them slats. They're sharp where they get cut on the press brake. But anyways, I'm gonna keep notching going around until I'm done, and that'll be it for this. After this, I just want to get this on real quick, guys. I really should be focusing on, that's all done, tightened up. I'm gonna put my 2 more motors in now, and all the switches are in. I'm gonna set the computer up. I'll probably go ahead and set our torch just so it's in there, and run that, you know, the holders and the wire ties in that. Get that in place, and then I'm gonna start wiring. I'll bring you back when I'm running the wires. We'll mount our drag chains and start fishing the wires through. I'm going to show you, I got new wire that's smaller, that's shielded, that I should have gotten in the first place. The other stuff, the outer insulation is just so thick and you couldn't fit. I mean, I had them so crammed inside that drag chain and then it wouldn't roll nice. This other stuff is like a soft, it's perfect for this. So let me get that far and I'll bring you guys back and we'll start getting this thing wired up so we can get it back fired up again. All right. So we got motors mounted, limit switches mounted. All that's mounted. I don't know what I wasn't thinking, but I got to take the torch back off to put the switch in because I can't get to the screws. Drag chains are bolted at the lower part. This is just finger tight here. I got to take it back off to feed the wire. All the motors are in. I think I got all the gears set correctly. It's moving nice and smooth without no serious lash, but we'll see. We'll play with that. Limit switches. The other motor, this drag chain. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is, like I told you before, there's that old wire. This stuff is like a thick, hard plastic that will not move. Here's the new stuff. That's a 4-wire. Here's a 2-wire. This is the old 2-wire, but it's not shielded. This is the same stuff as that stuff over there. So what we're gonna do is, I printed off some little labels. And the way we'll do it is, I'm going to take the old wire and we'll measure, cut our new piece of the new stuff, put our stickers on each end for every axis, every limit switch, and I got some for the lights here, for the laser lights, and I got all the others, Z, Y, X, XA. XA is the other side, and then all this other access stuff. So limit, access, and lights. All right, so let's measure out the first one. I can't remember what size roll that was. I'll have to look. I think it's over 100 feet. 50 or 100 feet, I can't remember. It's the same thing I got in this stuff. You suck. Okay. I like these little wire wraps here. The Velcro, I like those. Good for computers, you know, wiring stuff, everything. All right, try to do this without creating a big mess. These wire cutters are, I don't know, we'll see. I've had these things since probably the 90s. All right, so we'll just take this, we'll put a little extra on this end, and let's just pull it like so. Trying to get a good view. Yeah, this stuff is so, I can't even, it's like hard as a freaking rock. Oh boy. All right, well, we're right here anyways. Give it just a touch, extra on this end. I'll cut it right here. You know what I might do? I might put that on a piece of conduit and just set it on a little, I thought I had a little spool thing and we can just pull it off like as we need it. Okay, now, I think that was the axes. So I'll grab these two. This way we don't have to fool with taking the meter and trying to figure out what's what. That's how I did it before, but so I'll just stick that on. Now we got a nice label on each end. I think you guys can see that. Okay, let me put my other end on. Now the X is done, or will be done here in a second. Probably need my blade. So I got a couple, last night I printed a couple other pieces for that, where the torch goes up through that top plate. I didn't like them, so I threw them away. So now I changed it and did some other stuff. Now it's in there printing, so we'll see you'll see it when I get done. Okay, there's our X. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these other ones, get them all ready, and I'll bring you back when we're fishing them through all the chains and stuff, I don't know why I can't, the drag chains. All right, give me a few. All right, you guys, real quick, I wanna show you a couple things here. First thing, here's that piece it printed. And I'll tell you what, I don't know why I didn't think of this simplicity before. I gotta fix it still because the hole's in the wrong spot, and on this side, I filed the plate after I cut it, so the one on the computer is different. It's closed more. I couldn't get it around my hose here. So I opened it up after I cut it on the machine. But I went off of that one when I made these plastic pieces, the 3D printed parts, so I had to file the opening a little bit. So that and the screw hole needs to come forward on this side so I can turn it like this. But that's just because it's a little off here. It's really not that bad, but I'm gonna fix it. But check it out. I got a 3D printed piece. It's 3D printed. 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 It's 3D p I mean, that thing just cruises in there like it's the simplicity sometimes is just slips your mind. So that's going to work great. Let me show you this stuff. So what I got all the wires ready. So the limit switches, the XYZ axes, all of them. So check this out. I went ahead and put the stickers on there, so they'll stay on forever. And I got this heat shrink a long time ago, and it shrinks like 3 or 4 times its size. I'd say here's my my limit switch wires. It's probably, this is the smallest it'll go, but check it out, it's pretty cool. It's all like, it'll hold it in there good, you know what I mean? You just gotta go a little quick when you're doing a heat gun, because that's like thermal paper. And if you get it too hot, I think I got one of them too hot here. Which one was it? Right here. It'll start to turn it black. Whoops, sorry. It'll start to turn it black. So you still can read it, but anyways, I figured it out on that one, and I was cooked. The rest of them are fine. So here's the stuff. I ordered it a long time ago, and I got a bunch of different sizes, and it shrinks. This is 3-to-1 ratio. This one's 1/2 inch, but it's clear heat shrink. I got it clear up to like, I don't know, 1.5 inch, 2 inch wide for big stuff, maybe bigger than that even. I bought a whole bunch of different sizes. I used to have one a little bit smaller than this, I thought, but I used it all. I need to find out where I got it at. This was probably, guys, I'm telling you, maybe, I don't know, 5-6 years ago when I ordered this stuff, so I'm sure different places has it, but it's just awesome how small it shrinks. But I wanted to show you that. What else? Oh, one more thing, and then we'll start running these wires. So check this out. I got that one piece of 3D thing on there. That looks so good, guys. I mean, that looks so cool. So that'll be on all 4 corners. I ain't decided if I'm gonna do these inner ones yet. Maybe I might do it just to keep it all the theme. And then for this part, I'm gonna go. It's just kind of like a long oval, and it's black. I'm gonna 3D print a black piece for there. Actually, I did it already, but what happened? Let me show you. Here's what it is. I already printed them once, but I took a picture of this, and I don't know what I did wrong on a computer, but it's off. Like, all of them's off, no matter how I put it. So I don't know if my picture was, I have no idea, but they're all off. Maybe these 2 big, no, they're even, nah, yeah, they're off. They're off. But that's what it'll look like. I think that's gonna look cool too. So it'll have a 3D printed part there. Just some accenting throughout the machine, so it's not just plain black and red, you know what I mean? So like red gantry, black table. So this kind of stuff here breaks it off. It makes it look like you cared about it when you done it, not just throw it together, you know what I mean? So, and then down there I showed you guys where the cutter goes. It's carbon fiber vinyl. I already fixed this, the one down here that I showed you guys just now. I don't know if you remember, but in the paint booth, they had some runs in it. I shaved them with the blade like sideways. You don't cut into it. You just take the blade at an angle and go like smooth over it until it shaves it down flat. And then I just took a piece of vinyl and rewrapped it, and it looks okay. Looks fine. Then I put that over it. All right. So success on the torch. All the wires are ready. Let's start running wires. Okay, I didn't want to bore you with, I ran my fish line through all the way across the gantry. This is for the XA, and this is the only one that goes across on my machine. I don't know, I can't remember how they had it on, if they did their limit switch and everything through theirs for that side, because I just ran my limit switch over there through the frame and up and behind the stuff back there. And I thought it was clean and short. It didn't have far to go. So normally on this, I just do like this. I'll start this tape, and then I'll get it up to my fisher and butt up to it. And just kind of go a couple times. And then when I do the tear off, I fold it the end, so it's got all I gotta do is, I don't have to look for the end. I can just, it's already, you know what I mean? So I'll get that started. Okay. Okay, we're through over here. Let's try to run that in behind something so we don't lose it. All right, that's the only one I have to fish. All right, now I gotta remember how I did this. I'm gonna put a pad on that floor of that chair, because if you put tools on it, when you roll it across the shop, it sounds hideous. Okay, I'm gonna run this one first. Actually, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to tape like 3 or 4 flat together and go in there. So let's see how that works. Let me get them all ready and over here. Hang on a second. All right, guys, I'm trying to remember how I had this. I think all of them went through here. I'm almost sure. So I'm just gonna try to get them all even right here like this. X, Y, Z, and XA. I'm gonna try to get them all even and flat. And then let's get some tape on them. I'm gonna try to shut the front door so it's not catching. We'll see, I don't know. I mean, this is so killer with these smaller wires, I'll tell you that. It was a job the other way. Let's just see. Oh yeah, guys, I got so much room. This is definitely the way to do this. And keep it all even here. I'm getting ahead of myself. So much nicer. Man, this is the way to do this, guys. I'm telling you. It's shielded. It's plenty of a size, and the strands of wire are good quality. They're man, that's so nice. Look at that. Boom. I got all these. I got to push these down. I never clipped them because I didn't know if I could feed it through. Let me shut all these guys and clip them all down. I don't need to be in there no more. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. Let me take you guys around here. So everything's ran. Everything's labeled. None of that's hooked up yet. I got all the stuff in the drag chain here. It's all ran through there. All that's up there still needs wired. I went ahead and made a new one of these. It works really good. It did. The other one did too, but we had to open up that opening a little more, if you guys remember. All this wiring's fed through the drag chains. I had to put this panel on here because I never would have got it on, you know, putting the wires through there. So I had to put it on real quick, but it's in place. I can't remember what axis that was. I think it was this wire here. Oh, I'm sorry. No, can't remember which one it was now. Oh, I think it was the Y-axis wire. I had it running through my drag chain. I took it through this way first, and it had to go in this way first and out that way. So I had it, I can't explain, but what happened was it didn't come out like this here to go up and feed here. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to explain that. It's a little weird. But anyways, that was my only problem. So I had to take all those little clips back out. I just did every other one and pull it back out and then feed it back in the other way, because it was coming through, what was that? It was already inside of the, oh no, I'm sorry. It was my switch wire to the lights. The wire that goes through all this stuff. This one right here. It was my, that one right there. So I had this in wrong, and if the only other way to fix it would have been to take that whole panel apart, unsolder the wires from the switch, pull it through all the little thing here that I got already wire tied up, and where I just had to put it back, you know, on my, because see, when I took it apart, if you guys remember, I kept all these on so it would all fall in place and I could just screw it back to the chassis again. And that's exactly what I done. I added 2 new ones right here. So this one and the one up here. I'll show you in the back side here what it looks like. Oh, that's looking pretty nice. Nice and neat. And every one of those, I hope you guys can see that in there. The light's real low. But those grommets that are inside that panel, you have to slit them so they're actually around the wire nicely. And so everything's ran, everything's there where it needs to be at. All this stuff, it runs up, it goes up behind all that stuff nice. So now we just got to wire it all to the switches and to the motors and the lights, blah, blah, blah. And we can get it back fired up. Because what I want to do is, I want to get this thing where I can, hang on. Okay, so what I want to do is get it all, like I just said, wire up all the stuff. And then I'll probably put my little plastic pieces on the back of it These here I got to remake. I'm going to put them on that arm, and then I'm going to go ahead and drain that table, clean it all up, and roll it into either my powder coat booth or in my paint booth for now, and get this machine over here, because I got to scoot my welding table back, I think about 1 foot or 2, and then this will stick out probably about where that, I don't know if you guys can see no, you can't, about where the miller's at. So it'll actually stick out a couple feet more out this way into the shop, and we got to put the welding table back a little bit that way. Not much, just about 1 foot or 2 that way, and then it'll stick out. But so anyways, I want to get it where it goes, level it all out with the legs before I go putting the water and all that stuff back in it. And then we'll do our final setup, adjustments, a little more tuning when I get it over there. So next step's going to be wiring everything, guys, and that's it. That's where we're at. I still want to play with the adjustments on the motors, on the steppers, to make sure I got those, the gears not too tight, but just tight enough. You kind of got a feel for that, guys. It's hard to explain that too, but because you can over tighten that and put everything in a bind. You can go a little bit too much on when you're adjusting it and have it in a little bit of a bind. So you just want to get the lash out of it, is what I learned. I thought maybe put a teeny bit of lash in it, so it wouldn't be constantly against the teeth. But that's not the case on this. You need them to be snug, just perfect actually. Not even a paper clearance. It's got to be right after that point of paper clearance. Snug it all down. So, and you just feel for it. You'll just feel for it. Like what I do is I'll take it loose, make it have a little slop, tighten it some, see if it's going away, see if it's going away, and stop. You know what I mean? And then try it, move it all and feel it. So, all right. I'll bring you guys back. I got to run into town, grab a couple pieces of this other heat shrink I don't have no more of, and I thought it was something else. It'll come to me. And then once I get back here, I'll get you guys back out. I'll bring you guys back, and we'll get it all wired up and finished up. Be back shortly. All right, you guys. I wanted to show you how I do these on my wire joints. I solder them, so I'll put a small heat shrink for the joint. And it sucks because the color of the wires are different in this. So my blue and green's cool, but the brown and yellow, I'm putting the yellow on the red and the brown on the black. So, and then I'll like intertwine these wires. Okay. And just let it sit there a second. It'll suck it right up in it. Just like that. And then I'll take, if there's any like Sharpies sticking out a little bit, I'll take these little side cuts and just trim it just a tiny bit, just to make sure it's not sharp, because it will poke through the heat shrink and short out with another wire. Just make sure they're all soft, or it's no Sharpies. And then what I do is I'll spin these a little bit, and what that does is only like on the ends of the wires. It sticks it to the wire nice, and it actually will, when you're spinning it, as it's warm, it'll like stretch it out and make it even tighter onto the wires, and it makes it really nice. So then, before I started on all this, I put a bigger one in here, get it past our, this thing was flat, so now I gotta like work them all in there to get it started. Okay, so I'll take this down to right there. I'll feel where this ends, the opening, because then I'll show you here in a second. Yeah, back in the day we used to do big car stereos, and there was a guy, his name was Mark Stallings, and there was a Paul Spence too. If you guys ever watch this, guys, I'm saying what's up to you guys. I ain't seen you forever. But anyways, they taught me all this crap. The heat shrink, the soldering, the wire ties, make it all neat and nice. I'll take you around and show you here in a second. So then when I'm done with this, I'll finish off with cloth tape. This stuff is great, you guys. I love this stuff. If you're wondering what the Band-Aid's for, I was taking apart one of these right here because I had it wrong, and I was taking the X-Acto knife. I had my finger up here, I was taking an X-Acto knife going like that, and it went boom, and it stuck in there like the biggest part of that tip. I mean, it hurt bad. So I try to make this nice and neat, keep it nice and tight, and just walk it down real clean. it's hard not having your pointer finger. I feel for people that have lost their fingers and they don't have them, like their thumbs or their pointers. And that's it. Now I'll take this and fit it in here nicely, and then I'll use a I'll get an eyelet wire tie, and I'll drill a couple holes probably from the back side. I'll tap it, and then that way I can screw it from this side, and it'll hold it nice and neat. I got to do both sides like that. They both need it. All right, let me take you around real quick and show you all this stuff. Give you a close-ups. All right, there's our limit switches. They're all labeled now. The wires are on both ends, here and inside the power box. So if there's any work that needs done, or you don't have to get your meter out to test and see which wire is which, all these have the other ends. So we'll know exactly where they go. And we're getting ready to do this next, guys, the box. Everything's done. I've got it all wired. Check this out up here. Man, this is the way to do this, guys. I'm telling you, it's shielded, it's plenty of a size, and the strands of wire are good quality. They're man, that's so nice. Look at that, boom. I got all these. I got to push these down. I never clipped them because I didn't know if I could feed it through. Let me shut all these guys and clip them all down. I don't need to be in there no more. I'll be right back. Hold on. Here's our front. So in here, this is like, you can see. You see how that's got like a hole, and it's like a slot. Well, I machined a piece in there. You can't really see it in there. It's a spacer. You can't see it, but it's out just a touch past the rails. So when we tighten it up, it's tightening the rail up, and it's giving us somewhere to put the our eyelet. This is all done and soldered. I just have to bolt. I have to screw it on there, but I got to remove the torch to do so because I can't get my screwdriver in there. And then we'll finish tightening this up. Probably like so, with a wire tie there or something, just so you know. And this is all done, soldered in. That's all finished. So everything's done as far as the wiring goes on the outside of the power box. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these like I just told you, just so that it's all done up here. I'm gonna remove my torch, mount the switch, get that out of the way, and then I'll bring you guys back when I'm inside the main brain. All right, give me a few. All right, you guys, so everything's done. I'm gonna do a couple things with this stuff down here. I'm gonna run it up and over just so my plug drops out of one of the holes, so there's none of that. That's what plugs it in for the computer and for the box. But I'm gonna take them up and over. I think I'm gonna make 2 new cords so they come out even at the bottom where I plug it into a plug-in outlet. Everything's finished inside there. I cut on the computer, but I haven't started it yet. I haven't cut the program on yet. I was gonna do it with you guys. Just wanted to show you. So I got the other corner piece on there. I'm gonna do some wire tying with this stuff too, make all that look neat. I got those pieces on. I reprinted those. Got those on. I don't know if I showed you, but I got this side on. I got both of these front ones on here. I got these on in the front. Looks pretty cool. Like I said, we're going to do some kind of a name on it, some little stripings on the corners, maybe a little bit, just to jazz it up a little. Everything's finished, other than we got to reset the torch height. I don't know if you guys seen all that. I got the micro switch in, got all those wires done. Yeah, I showed you where I put that spacer in there to keep these wires away from that spinning. So all that's finished. I did put the eyelets on both sides of to hold this wire. I think that's about it, other than what I already showed you guys. You guys seen that? I reprinted that thing. There's that side. Okay, let's fire that switch up. Cut on Mach 3. Let's see what it does. I mean, everything should be the same, guys. It all went back to where I put it. The only thing I used different wire, and I labeled everything. So there's 2 ends to it. All right. So I'm gonna cut the power on. I did test my lasers. They do work. I gotta adjust them though. I haven't adjusted them. Okay, first let's try to home it. Let's see if I got my limit switches correctly. So I'm gonna hit home all. Okay. Oh man, we got it on super slow, guys. Dang it. Let me stop it. Let me turn up the. It's on 5%. We're gonna be waiting 20 years for that. All right, let's try this again. Why is it not? So I got something. Oh, we don't even got the power on. I don't got it plugged in underneath. Wow. Oh boy. Ahead of myself, guys, ahead of myself. Now I don't know which way. Let's see. All right, we're on now. I didn't want to plug it in with the switch on. I did. All right, let me reset this. Yeah, now our switch is on. All right, ready? Let's do it again. Home all. I was like, I see the numbers moving, but I don't see anything moving, but it was on 5%. First click, second click. Yep, we got all that right. We're good. Okay. All right. So we're in place. So now that goes that way, that goes that way. I am going to retest my, like, can you guys see what I'm talking about here? Yeah. I am going to retest the, like take a measurement and make sure it's moving the correct length. Just so, I don't know if that changed or not, but I want to make sure that's all still set good. And I'll show you how I do that. Let's do it now. Let's do one of them now. So I go into, just so you guys can see some of this. All right, so I'll go into settings, set steps per unit. Let's do the, I need a tape measure. Let me see where it's at real quick. So I just pick something. Okay, we're at 5.5 from right here to the middle of this bracket, 5.5. So we'll remember 5.5. All right, so let's do the Y first. Okay, how far would you like it to move? Let's say 10 inches. So that'll be 15.5. Mine set the inches, not metric. So I'm gonna hit okay. It's gonna move now. All right. Now it's asking me how far did it move. We're at 15.75. So it is off a little bit. Okay, so now the problem with this is, so that would be 10.75. I think that's what that is, isn't it? 10.75. Well, we'll just do this. Let's go 10.75. Hit enter. Now it's going to adjust, and it's got a new calculation for the motor. I'll hit yes, hit OK. I'm going to go back into here, reset this, just so it's all reset. I'm going to bring the head back, my Y back again, and take a new measurement here. I check them 2 or 3 times. Okay, let me set this down to slower so I can get a correct number. Oops. Okay. Okay, it's 5 to the outside edge. Okay. Now, we'll turn the speed back up so we don't have to sit here and wait forever. Back in the settings, steps per unit, Y-axis. We'll make it go 10 again. Enter. So now we should be at an even 15 to the outside edge, and we're not. See, this is why, because I think when I'm putting that in, it's incorrect. So we actually moved, it's only at 14 3/8. So it only moved 9 3/8. Yeah, it moved 9 3/8. So I don't know if I can put, what would be the, I don't know the decimal for 3/8. Hey Google, what's the decimal for 3/8 of an inch? Okay.
The decimal equivalent for 3/8 of an inch is
0.375
inches.
So we're going to go 9.375 is what it moved. Oops. Oh, I don't have my numbers on. 9.375. Enter. Yes. Okay. Reset. Let's bring this back. Oh, I can't do it in here. Oh, pushing the wrong one. We're not far off. It's just getting it. Okay, so that's 5 to the inside edge. All right, back to settings. Y. Okay. 10. Enter. We want to see 15. This looks better, and it did. Oh man, maybe. Okay, so it moved 9 and I think it's 15/16. Almost. Let's do this. Let's say it moved 10 and try it again and see what happens here. Okay, reset. And if you watch this thing, it's changing the speed of it every time. It's making it run at a different pace. Not the speed, I think it's, let me cut this down a little bit. So I'm gonna go to 5 right on that inside lip. Okay. Yeah, it changes it. Okay, settings, steps, Y, okay, 10, enter. It's 9 and 15/16. Okay, so now I need a decimal for that, because I definitely don't know that, guys. Hey Google, what's the decimal for 15/16?
The decimal for frac 1516 is 0.9375.
So it's 9.9375. Okay, yes, okay, reset, bring it back. I wish you guys could hear this and see it. It's actually sped up a little bit. Sorry guys, I want you to just see this, how many times it takes. I want to get it perfect. I'll try to speed through some of it when I edit it. Try to get it back to 5 here. Okay, right there, 5. All right, get our speed back up. I'm trying to hurry. Settings, steps, Y, okay, 10, enter. We want to see 15, nothing else, nothing less. Because when you're cutting, that's on the money. So it's right on the money. Let me show you. Hope I can show you guys this. Oh man, where am I going to put this at? Let's try over here. Oh, I don't know what I just did here. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Sorry guys, I hit the roll button. So when I measured off of this, I'm going to try to turn this as we do it. So I measured off of this flat piece here to, right, this edge on the inside, and we measured it at 5. We wanted to move it 10 inches, so there's where it is, 15. Right on the edge too, right on the edge. So now I'm going to put in that it moved 10 inches. Enter, yes, okay, reset. I'm going to try to bring this back a little so you guys can watch me do all this. Okay, let's bring this back, reset. Let me slow it down, because now I want to check it, just double check it, you know what I mean, just to make sure. Bring that to 5, right on that lip, right there. Change our speed, okay. Settings, setup, Y, okay. 10, enter. We want to see 15 again. Right on the money. $15 right on the money. Okay, so Y is set. Okay, now let's do, well, I'm not going to show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and set the Z and the X, because I got to do them both, because that'll move differently too when it's firing off. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and set that real quick, all that stuff, so it's done and out of the way, and all of our settings are back to good. And then I'm going to probably bring my plotter out here so I can get whatever I'm going to put on there and get that out of the way, put the little stickers on it, and then I'll probably be done with it until we move it over there and get our slats in it and put our liquid back in it. So I need to drain that one. I'm going to clean it up and roll it in the booth and move some stuff around and get it over there. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do all that. Oh, there's 2 pieces. Real quick, let me show you guys. So I already showed you guys these. So this one here, that goes there, and this one goes on the back here. They both have bad spots where I got to drill through. It's going to go right into the, that piece of metal. So I got to change a couple things, move my hole to a different area. Same with this. It's drilling right into you can see where that one's at. Right there's the plate, and it's drilling right into it. So what I'm going to do with this one is, there's where it goes. I'm going to extend this lip out all the way to the edge. I'm going to go ahead and make this trim out, was because that's where that plate goes down when I welded it. You can see it if you look close, but I'm going to make it go all the way across, and I did it on the computer on the main template. So that'll go, I'm going to fill that in all the way across the bottom, bring that one out, and then we're going to move our holes out to the end here, and then we'll be good. This one's okay, those 2 will be okay. So these will be good then. This I'm going to do kind of the same thing, change this in the software, you know what I mean, mess with it, make it right, move my holes, and then we can put that stuff on, and all the pieces are on it that I'm going to put on it. I was going to put some of them on these on the side triangle pieces, but it's way up in there behind all this stuff here, so you're not going to see it good. What we might do is throw a little pinstripe on the lower part of it or something, some kind of a little design. I got these little, like I said, I got a little pinstripe disc. We'll cut out some, I don't know if you guys, the ones who've watched on my sewing machine, I did some striping on that with that disc. We'll use the same thing. So, all right, let me get this set. I'll bring you guys back when I'm to the next thing. All right, you guys, I got the Langmeyer in the booth. I got this over here. I got some water in it. I got a little plate set up I want to cut out to mount my air regulator on the back side of this drag chain here. So let's see how it acts real quick, and then I'll take you around, kind of show you a couple things. I put some little stripes on the sides. I think you guys seen the plastic. Everything's hooked up and ready. This white vinyl is old, you guys, so I got to get some new vinyl. If you guys remember back in, I can't remember what video it was, but I tried to put some stickers on the bead roller and it didn't stick. That's because of the white it's old. So I'm gonna get some new white before I go putting on the name. I haven't decided what name to put on it yet, but we'll do that in another video. I just wanna see if this thing cuts decent right now and get this video finished up so you guys can see this bad boy. So let me bring you a little closer. I got it all ready. Let's see what it does. All right, let's go for it. I put some grease on all the gear racks, the gears. Tightened them up to the best of my knowledge as far as any kind of back, slack, backlash, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see how it goes. This has, you'll see, it's got some holes for where the mounts are, small ones. We're gonna see how this acts with that. And then some circles in it. Pretty much like that test plate. So we're gonna see how it acts here. All right, fingers crossed. And you guys seen we already set the touch off on the torch. Well, it cut it good. These are the mount holes. I got them slowed down just a little bit. It's good to slow those down. Kind of watch this hose here, see if it's sticking or anything. Doesn't look like it. The torch height controller is, let me see where it's at. About 124, about where we had it before we took it apart. I never touched it, so it should be. Whew, I was hoping that was clear. I didn't check that. Guys, I'm pretty happy here. I think we got success, you guys. Let me go grab a rag and we'll take a peek. Give me a second. Okay. Guys, I'll tell you what. I'm not kidding when I say that this table is cutting probably better than my Langmuir. Just from what well, you guys know when I made all these things for this machine, I didn't do any of the holes. I printed out the DXF file and I laid them out on the thing and I center punched them and drilled them with the drill bit. Well, I wanted to just see what happens with this one, because normally I would have did the same with this. I would have cut the big circles out and just did our bolt holes like I just said to you. But I just wanted to see what happened, and it did a pretty good job. I mean, this is the front side. I mean, they need cleaned up, but I'm saying not bad at all. I forgot to do one thing though. I didn't set my cut to start in the center. I left it start on the edge there, and I shouldn't have done that. And it would have been a cleaner cut if I didn't forget to do that. It would have been like these. The lead in, because I did no lead in. I should have did no lead in and dropped it in the center to start my cut, but I forgot to do that. So that's my fault. Let me grab something to clean this backside. This is my flapjack. It does a great job. I mean, did you guys look at that? There's very little cleanup on it. It really is. And it's just coming right off. So we've got this thing pretty close, guys. Yeah, even on the circles, it's coming right off. Not much work. Very little effort. I should have my safety glasses on and I don't. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have forgot that, man. Daggone it. That's okay. I mean, I'm going to clean these up, but we could have had perfect holes even on the back side. The mount holes is I'm talking about. Not perfect, but really nice ones. Guys, it's hard to get a plasma machine to work this good. I wish you guys could see this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like the edge cut. Normally there's, crooked lines and a lot of lines. This is pretty smooth. I mean, we've got this thing. I can hit this real quick with a piece of 80 on the roll-lock wheel, and it's ready to roll. I'm dead serious. It's ready to roll. And clean these holes out now that I did my stupidity, forgetting. And we're really super close, guys, on it. I can't wait to try like a piece of 1/2 inch in it just to see. if there's like any bevel at all in these holes. I don't see any. I'm dead serious. We pretty much got that out. And you know something I didn't do? I didn't take a like we did before, where we took the square and measured the torch with the calipers to see how straight we had it. I need to still do that. So I just eyeballed it, and we're that close. This thing is rocking and rolling, you guys. Rocking and rolling. I'm super happy. I'm really happy with this thing, with the results and everything. I was worried, was it going to work good? Was it going to work as good as my other one? You know, I'm so undecisive about should I sell it, what to do with the old one. I'm ready to sell it. I can tell you that right now. I'm ready to sell it. Because here, let me tell you now that this thing's working this good, any problem that I would have on that one, it'd be the same on this one. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, go the other way with that. Any problem I would have coming up with this one, nothing's gonna last forever, and you're always gonna have to do a repair on something, you know, some kind of machinery, or doesn't matter. So if you sit around going, yeah, but my other one works so good, you know, and blah, 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 and you're stuck on that, good luck with that, because that's not how this is gonna work. You know what I mean? Let me, how can I do this without, oh, all right. Let me grab my, real quick, I'm gonna shut my air pressure off, because I got the regulator just hanging down there. We're gonna see if these holes are in the right place, and then I'm gonna take you around this thing, and we're gonna end this video, so hang on a second. Okay, and then this is, I took it off the laying mire. Check that out, you guys. We're right on the money with our holes. There's the back side. There's the top two for the regulator. They go right through, and over here for this filter. So just a little cleanup and we're good. And the two at the top there, that's my mounting holes, in case you're wondering why I got two extra holes in it. So success already. Okay, good. Let me take this camera off. I want to just take you around real quick. All right, here's those little stripes. You guys seen all those on there, I think. The little, and it's going, like I said, we're going to put a name on it, and on all, probably this side, the other side, and the front of it. Probably nothing on the back. Did another stripe there. There's the back of it. Got our pieces on that. Those turned out really nice. Here's how I did our lines. So I kind of just, that's the one we brought over for the laying mire. That's our 220, 110, and air. And I took our air hose through that hole there, and then I took it that way and just wire tied it nice and neat. I'm still going to do some management down here, some wiring management with the where it plugs in there and the 120 down there. All this is in good shape, still good down there. Got these on, got all this on. Now, remember we talked about these. I got to change those, and I got to change those. I'll show you in the I'll update those in whatever next video I do, just so you guys can see that, and the rest of whatever I do with the vinyl, with the name, with what all I do to it. You know what I mean? But I think that thing is super badass. I'm really in love with this thing, guys. I know I say that about all these little machines and stuff that we build, but I am. I mean, come on. I mean, how would anybody feel about that? Seriously. I got it all leveled out. Everything's level where we're at. The feet. So I added longer studs to the back feet so I can get the adjustment out. But there, look at this is to show you how my floor is off. Look at the front ones. They're down to no adjustment. Now look at these back ones. Look at the gap on that. I mean, this floor is so bad, you guys, so bad. But it's level everywhere. All four sides. Front, rear, side to side. As you can see, the water level inside there is right on the money, all the way around it. You can't see the front. I don't know if you can see the back. Same lip across the back. Can you guys see that, I hope? Yeah, you can. There's our corner over there. So the water level's great. I don't know what else to say, you guys. We're gonna have some fun with this thing. I'm telling you that right now. Yep, we're gonna have a blast with this thing. This stuff up here, you guys, hold on. This stuff up here, you guys, that I 3D printed. If you watch the guy's video that originated these plans, he said, I don't want no 3D prints or nothing. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with this right here. I'll tell you right now, especially running a cone. Nothing gets even near it, spark-wise or heat-wise or any of that. And like I said, it's printed with the PLA carbon fiber is what I used. It's super strong stuff, guys. I like my new font I used on the Midwest Customs. Everything I changed on it was for the better. It's, you know, but heck, how many did I print, guys? I printed like 4 or 5 of those things, I think, till we got it perfected. But that's prototypes. So now let's just say, this is what's really great about a 3D printer. It all works, everything's cool, we've got it finalized, 4th or 5th print, whatever. Now you could send this file over to somebody with a CNC machine and get all that made in aluminum if you want. All of it. The mounts, everything you see there. They can make it for you with aluminum on a CNC. And like I said, maybe I was going to do that one day, but until that gives me a problem, I'm not going to, why waste the money? This is working perfect. I made it, and it's working great. You know what I mean? We made everything on this thing, and everything's working very, very nice. So, all right, you guys, once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything, you guys. You have no idea how, well, here, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not 25 years old. You know what I mean? I'm in my 50s. I'm trying to get this channel going. A lot of these guys out here are younger. They're already way ahead of me. I have a lot to offer you guys. I feel, my wife will tell you, I feel like I have a lot of years left in me, but I don't want this to take 10 years to get going. So please, whatever you can do for me to get this thing, share the videos, give me some comments, because YouTube won't even put this stuff in the feed. It'll just sit until somebody searches for it. So whatever you guys can do, please, I really appreciate that. Seriously. Whatever you can do to help this channel get going quicker for me, I promise you guys, there's so much that I got in my head that I want to give to you guys in the future. And you guys know, I'm honest, I show you everything. I don't hold back anything, you know, I want you guys, and if there's something I can do to help you guys, once I get freed up with this other job, it's taking up all my time, guys. You guys hear me so much talk about this thing, but once I can get this thing going where I don't need that job, and it's killing me, you guys have no idea. Getting up at 5 o'clock every day, leaving the house at 6, all the way, it's driving all day, it's working hard all day, it's cold weather, hot weather, I don't even want to go there. So please and thank you, you guys, so much, from the bottom of my heart, I'm serious. I don't know what's next. I think we may get back on the saw, or I don't want to say this on here because if my son sees it, but I want to surprise him. If you guys go back from a long time ago, the concealment flag, the wall thing we made work, it's a hidden compartment in it. I want to finish that. That was supposed to be his birthday present, you guys, from a couple years ago. I think it's been a couple years. The time, I don't have the time, you guys, and I feel so bad I haven't given that to him yet, you know. But I want to finish that for him and give it to him and hang it on his wall. Everything was going super cool on that thing, and just, you know, life happens, you know what I mean? But it's not his fault. He shouldn't have to suffer for my doings, you know? So thank you guys. Until the next one, I don't know what it's going to be. I'll see you then.